Okay, HTML comments. So this comment tag is used to insert comments in HTML document in source code or HTML document. In source code or HTML document. Okay, comments are not displayed in the browser. Comments are displayed, not displayed in the browser. So these comments are used to explain our code, okay, our source code. And for second feature is, this is one feature, so we can explain our code using comments. And second feature is, if you don't want to execute some block of tags, okay, some block of tags. If you don't want to execute some block of tags, you can put that code in comments. Comments. So comments are start with the symbol and end with start with this tag and end with hyphen less than. Okay, this is the syntax for comment tag.
Okay.
So for example, so we can do an example. New item HTML document. Okay, comments.html. So here in our sample example, this is paragraph 1. Okay, and one more. So we have 5 paragraphs is there. 2, 3, 4, 5 paragraphs. If you run this example, so 5 paragraphs will display in the browser. Okay, 5 paragraphs. Suppose I don't want to execute these 2 paragraphs. Okay, I don't want to display these 2 paragraphs. So I can put these 2 paragraphs in comment. Okay, starting tag and ending tag. So these 2 paragraphs in comment. So browser will not display these 2 paragraphs.
Okay.
Okay, you can go to inspect element and you can check here. So these comments are not displayed in browser. Suppose in real time must and should we have to explain our code. So what elements are written in HTML document and what is the purpose of our code. So just put comment, okay, and write your comment for your code. So below paragraphs is to display some content, okay, some content. So like this you can explain your code, or you can put the some block of code in comments, okay, tags in comment. In future if you want to use these two paragraphs, you can directly remove these comments symbols and directly we can use. Okay, so now these two 5 paragraphs are displaying. This comment is not displaying. So this is the usage of comments. In real time, Mustang should use comments for our code. Okay, what is the purpose of our code in real time? Okay, real time applications. So that other developers also can understand what you written in your HTML document. Okay, comments. After that, comments, HTML tables. Okay, yesterday already discussed with tables. So the tables are defined with table tag, the table tag, and end with table tag. So these tables are divided into rows and columns. Table is divided into rows and columns. Okay. So specified rows defines with tr tag, okay, tr starting tag ending tag for row, and columns defines with td element. Okay, so the syntax is table tag starting tag ending tag. Between these two tags we have to write rows and columns. Okay, first row, one second. Okay, in first row we need 2 or 3 columns. Okay, first column, second column, okay, and third column. So first row with 3 columns, tr, second row td, okay, first column, second row first column, and second column. See here, first row we have 3 columns, and second row we have only 2 columns only. So we can do the one example. HTML page, tables.html form. So I want to display 3 rows. Okay, first row 3 columns, second row 2 columns, third row 4 columns. So that you can copy this. So first row 3 columns and second row 2 columns and third row TD, TD. So 4 columns. So this is the way of creating tables. So how many columns you want to display per particular row? So you can specify with the TD element. Okay. First row, first column. First row, second column. First row, third column. Second row, first column, and second row, second column. So like this, third row, first column, second column, row, third column, third row, fourth column. Okay. So if you run this example, so this table is displaying like this. Okay. If you want to display some difference between uh, columns, so we need to apply some CSS style. One pixel. So I will explain this CSS properties after start the CSS concepts. Okay, see this. Okay, borders are applied to the table. Okay, table first row and second row and third row. Okay, go to inspect element. You can check here. So like this, you can display tables. And second and next topic is HTML list elements. List elements. So these list elements are used to display list items. Okay, so list items. So list items are two types. List elements. List elements are elements are two types. First one is ordered list specified with OL tag, and second one is unordered list, okay, specified with UL tag. So ordered list is a numbered list of items, numbered list of items. So we can display items in numbers types. So here we need to use type attribute, type attribute type attribute to display ordered list. Okay, ordered list. We can define with OL tag, so HTML OL element to define ordered list. Okay, ordered list. So use type attribute to define the numbering type. Attribute to define numbering type. For another list start with UL tag and end with UL tag. So UL tag defines an unordered list. Unordered list. So unordered list means bulleted list. Bulleted list items. Okay, bulleted list items. Use style attribute to define the bullet styles. Define bullet styles for list items. We have four types of list style types for another list. Four list types available. List style types in unordered list. Unordered list. First one is disk, and the second one is circle, and third one is square, and fourth one is none. For order list also, type attribute supports type attribute accept four type of values. Type attribute accept for accept uh, numeric values, alphanumeric values, okay, alphanumeric values and numeric values and upper Roman and lower Roman, okay, Roman values. Order list syntax OL starting tag and ending tag. Between these two tags we have to specify list items. Li tag means list item, okay, HID list item, Pune, okay, Chennai. So like this we can define list items. Same like order list also, but we need to use UL element. Add one HTML form, HTML list dot HTML form. Okay, order list, OL tag and list item. So we can copy this. Yeah, OL H1 is unordered list. Okay, this is order list and this is unordered list. So run this example. So you can see the list item types. So default numbers are taken in this unordered list. Default bullets are added to list items. Suppose I want to display upper Roman and lower Roman for order list. Use type attribute upper Roman, use caps I. So refresh. So upper Roman values are displayed here. So two numbers are caps A to Z or small a to Z. Use caps A. Okay. So A, B, C, D to up to how many elements are there? How many elements are there? So these types are added to list items. To display small A to Z values, okay, so use like this. To lower Roman, use small I, okay, lower Roman values. To display another list, okay, disk style, circle, square, use style attribute and list style type property, okay, circle, so that for these items circle is added to the list items, okay, circle type. If you use disk, normal bullets are added, okay, by default also disk style. To display square boxes, use square value, so that display square box styles. If you don't want to display any style for these list items, use none, okay, no style is applied. So only list items is displaying and there is no list style type. And the next, HTML controls. HTML controls. So these controls are used to interact uh, with the customer, and we can interact with the database also. So user can enter input data, as or you can user can perform any operation. So first control is button. So buttons. So HTML buttons are used to submit data to the server, and user can perform some actions. Okay, some actions means user can call the JavaScript functions. Okay, user can interact with the database by clicking on button. The syntax for button. So we can create buttons in two ways. Use button tag. Use button tag to create the buttons. To display buttons. Type equal to button. Okay, in between these two, text of the button. And second way, use input tag and type equal to button, and value is button text. Okay, save, and closing tag. So for input elements, the closing tag should be like this. HTML form. buttons.html. So I want to display two type of buttons. So I can copy these two buttons, okay, and paste here. So now we can run this form. Okay, button type submit is the text of button, and input element type button, value text is the button text. You see here submit button and save button. Okay, submit button and save button. So the two buttons is there. So user can perform some actions, means when you click on this button, so you can call the JavaScript functions, or you can interact with the database also. So by using JavaScript function, then this is simple JavaScript function to understand the buttons click event. Okay, function, then display alert box. Okay, hello HTML. Okay, so when you click on this button, okay, second button, use on click event and my function. Okay, hello HTML. So like this, user can perform some actions. So I will explain these functions in JavaScript. Okay, after start the JavaScript concepts. And second control is text box. Using text box control, user can enter input data. Okay, the syntax for text box, syntax input type equal to text and placeholder equal to, okay, first name. So like this, we can define the text box. In this input type equal to text box and placeholder, okay, first name and close tag. So run this form. So you can see the text box here, so that user can enter input data. So what is the input you want to submit to the database? So you can enter into the text box and submit to the database. For suppose, for real-time example, there is a Google registration form. Okay, create account. So here first name, last name, choose username, password, confirm password, okay, birthday and mobile number. So all these fields is there. So user can enter his values, first name, last name, okay, and email ID, and after that you can submit data to these values to the database, so Google server, by clicking on next step button, so that user values, user data saved into the Google database.
Sir, after giving the text box like first name and all, the validation is done by the JavaScript.
Yes. Use JavaScript.
Okay. Okay.
So I will explain the validations in JavaScript.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Next tag is center tag. Okay, center tag. So actually center tag is not supported in HTML5. Center tag is not supported in HTML5. So up to HTML 4.0 version, so center tag is supported, but HTML5 version, so they are removed center tag. So because nowadays all developers are using CSS, okay, to define the look and feel of the HTML document. So center tag is center tag is used to display content in center align. Okay, center align. So for this, center tag dot HTML. Center tag. Suppose one div element is there. Okay, div element and the sample content. Okay, and run this form. So now this content is left align. Okay, I want to display this content in center align. So we can use, okay, center tag, okay, use starting tag, ending tag. Between these two tags we have to define our content, okay, our elements. Okay, so this content display in center align. Actually center tag is removed from HTML5, but we can use center tag. Nowadays all developers are using CSS to display center align. Okay, no one is using center tag. All developers are using only CSS. Okay, so to display this div tag in center align, need to write some CSS properties. Style tag, style tag. Okay, my div, margin, auto, and position, absolute, and top 0 and right 0 and left 0, and background color for development. Okay, red color. And height and width for development, height 100 pixel, and width is 100 pixels. Okay, so use id selector and my div. So now run this form. Okay, based on CSS properties, by using CSS properties, we are displaying div element in center align. So now there is no usage of center tag. So because of that, they are removed center tag in HTML5. So and next control is file upload. So this file upload control is used to upload files. Okay, upload files into the server. Okay, into the server. Use HTML input syntax, input tag, and type equal to file. Okay, type equal to file and closing tag. So this control allows users to upload and send any files to anyone. So, so here in this example, using input type equal to file and close tag. Okay, and run this form. Okay, see here, choose file, no chosen file. Okay, the upload control display in this style. So when you click on this choose file, so open dialog box is open, and we can upload any files to the server. So for real-time example, in Google Drive, Google Compose box, we have attachments. Okay, attach files. Okay, this is latest file upload control. Okay, they are using latest file upload control. So but in old versions, uh, actually they are using Ajax file upload control, Ajax. Okay, jQuery and Ajax. So this is normal HTML file upload control. In Google they are using jQuery Ajax file upload control. And next control is text area. Text area control. Text area control is used to enter input data in multi line plain text. Okay, multi-line plain text. So text area control can hold number of characters. Number of characters. Okay, number of characters. So syntax for text area tag, starting tag and ending tag, the text area. So between these two tags we can enter data. So main difference between text box and text area: text box can accept only single line, okay, single line, but text area allows multi lines. We can enter multi line text. For example, add one HTML document, text area dot HTML form, okay, text area element, and run this form. Okay, text area display like this, so we can resize this text area. Okay, we cannot resize text box. And one more difference is we cannot resize text box. Okay, so we can resize the text box, but we cannot enter multi lines. Okay, but text area we can resize. We can change the size of the text area. Okay, and we can mention how many rows you want to display by default. So you can mention here like 30 rows and columns is 50. Okay, so like this we can display text area in HTML document. Okay, uh, 30 rows height, okay, 30 rows height and 50 columns width. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 19 20 21 50. Okay, 50 columns width. So like this we can mention the text box, okay, text area height and width, or we can use height and width attribute also. Use style attribute height 200 pixel and width 300 pixels. Okay, this is the height and width of text area. So by using CSS height and width properties, or we can use rows and columns attributes. By the main usage of text area control, so we can enter multi-line content and we can submit multi-line content to the server. And next control is drop down list. Okay, drop down list. Drop down list. So drop down list element, drop down list element is user to select 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 items from list of options. Okay, list of options. So select element is used to create drop down list. Drop down list. Syntax is select tag and select tag, and here we have to give options. Okay, options. Okay, okay. So these are the list of items. Okay, list of options. So we can select only one option from list of options. So I will show an example. Okay, drop down list .html form. Okay, drop down list. Drop down list example. So this is the heading. Okay, and next. Okay, so not options, option. So if you run this example, so drop down will display like this. Okay, apple, banana, orange, grape. Okay, so you can select only one option from this list of options. In real time, Google registration form. Okay, birthday options is there. Okay, birthday option. Month selection. So we can select only one option from this list of months. Okay, you can select only one option. So in these scenarios, you can use this drop down list. and we can use value, okay, value attribute to get the value of selector value. Value 4. So this is the values of options. So in real time machine should use values to get the selected item value and to store the value selector value in database.